Let's find the present value of a $20,000 annual income stream if it's invested immediately as it's received into an account that pays 12% interest compound continuously for 20 years. Now what we're trying to do here is find how much money, the present value, how much money would we have to put into an account that pays 12% compounded continuously for 20 years in order to get $20,000 a year coming from that account. So here's two formulas right out of the book. We have one for the future value and one for the present value. We're looking for the present value, so we're going to use this. Now, we're going to use the formula, and the formula is actually developed in the textbook. If you want to see where this comes from, take a look in the textbook in section 6.3. So let's just write our formula here. We're going to have that the present value, how about PV, is equal to the integral 0 to capital T of f of t e to the negative RT dt. Now, this capital T, that's the end of the time period. We're going to have 5, what are we doing, this 20 years? So that's going to be a 20 for us. F of t, that's going to be the function at which the amount comes in, right? It says right here, if f of t is the rate of flow, well, our rate of flow is just a constant, $20,000. So let's get our numbers in here. We're going to have PV equals 0 to 20, because we're going for 20 years, of, and what we want is $20,000, e to the negative, now what do we have, 12%, t dt. All right, so this is going to give us 20,000 e to the negative 0.12 t over negative 0.12 from 0 to 20. So what are we going to get here? We're going to get 20,000 divided by negative 0.12, and then I'm going to get e to the negative 0.1220 minus, now what happens here? Well, we know, you put in a 0 here, oh, that's a mess. So you put in a 0 here, you get 0 times 0.12 is 0, e to the 0 is 1, so you get 1 times this over this, so it's just going to be minus 20,000 divided by negative 0.12. Calculator problem, and when I did that, I got that the present value is 151,547. That means that if we put in 151,547 into an account, just as a lump sum, at 12% compounded continuously for 20 years, we can withdraw $20,000 annually. Now, just so we know, it's not part of the problem, but just out of curiosity, if we take $20,000 a year for 20 years, that turns out to be $400,000 that we're getting back. So our initial investment of $151,000 provides us with $400,000 in income. That is, of course, if we can get 12% interest compounded continuously.